Hello guys, so we have this Python challenge here that asks us to design a program to calculate a series of numbers, right? So let's assume a number is given and a number is given as the number n is given as 4. So what the program should do is it should add all of the numbers in series or in their right forms, right? So that is what this question is all about. So let us quickly go over it and then see some examples to help us navigate this question here. It says design a Python program to calculate the series 1 plus 2, where we have 1 plus 2 plus 3. So here let's assume that a number is given as 4. So what the program should do is it should take 1, that's the first number in the sequence, then add it to the second number, that is 2, add it to the third number, that is 3, and also add it to the fourth number, that is 4. So any number that is given, we should add all of those numbers in a sequence. That is basically what the program is, what the challenge is asking us to do. And if you are done, the output should look like this. So if a number is given as 4, then the output should look like this. If the number is only 1, you should just say 1 equals 1, right? Let's assume this was 4. The number was given as 4. So the output should look like this. 1 equals to 1. Then we have 1 plus 2 equals to 2. And also 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. Hence it's 4. Let's add just one more. If the number is 4, the result should stop here. You need to say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is equal to 10. Yep, this is equal to 10. So if the number is 4, we shall have this, right? So quickly, without wasting any time, let us quickly jump into the solution of this question here. Okay, so I will begin by collecting the user input. So here I will assume that the user is only allowed to insert or put in an integer, right? So for a start, I will do this. I will create a variable called user underscore input is equal to int input. Then I'll ask the user to enter an int like this, right? So from there I will create a loop. I'll initialize my loop. I will use I equals to 0. Then I'll go with a while loop here. I'm going to say while I is less than or equal to, I'm going to adjust this to 1. I'm going to say while I is less than or equal to user underscore input. Okay, I'm going to say just print I. For a start, let's see how this program behaves. I'm going to say print I, and then I'll say I plus equal to 1. I plus equal to 1, like this. So let's see. I'm going to save this file. Let's come here, press escape, clear the terminal. I will say Python, then I'll have main.py. Enter an integer. When I type in 10, I should have a list of numbers from 1 to 10. But let's see, there's a small issue here. There's a typo. Rather, I'm going to say input here. Okay, save the file, clear the terminal, and then start again. So enter an integer again. When I hit 10, I should have a list of numbers from 1 to 10. So this is good. This is a very good start. Now remember, the problem or the challenge is when you have 1 as a number is to just say 1 equals to 1. But the most important thing is here is what the user is typing in. Whatever the user is typing in is going to be our n. So in this case, our n in the program here is going to serve as the user input. Right? The user input is the number that is the amount of time that we need to join or sum up all the numbers that will be present in the sequence. Right? So if that's the case, now when I have a list of numbers from 1 to 10, I don't want to print them. Instead, on every iteration, I just want to kind of print the amount of times or the amount of sequence of numbers that comes after the the current or the initial number in the current loop. So how does that work? I'm going to create a nested loop. In this case, I'm going to say while, and I'm going to use k as a variable here. I'm going to say, hold on, let me say, I need to initialize the variable first. I need to say k equals 1, and while k is less than or equal to I, I'm going to say print k, hold on, I'm going to say print k, and then I'll say k plus equal to 1, or k plus equals 1. So what does this do? Let's see in the terminal. I believe you understand it better that way. When I run the code again and then just put in 10 as my input, see what is going on. We have 1, okay, we have 1 again. From there we have 1 2 3, then you have 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3, and so on and so forth. So if you notice the pattern here, when I is 1, then k will be equal to 1, and then 1 is actually less than, when I is 1, okay, this I is 1, k is also 1 there, k is actually equal to I, which is 1, so we just print in k. That is why we have the first one there, this first one here, right? So why do we have the second one? Also you need to notice, or you need to take note that this second one, when it is printing, it will print along the 2. So why do we have 1 2 in the second iteration, right? Because think about it, when we have this k equals 1, then the loop will just stop there, because when we have 2, here, why are we even going to have 2 in the first case? Because anytime the loop iterates, when it enters inside this, or this while loop, it will increase or increment I by 1. So in that case, I will be 2, so this condition will not be fulfilled anymore, but the loop will go back again, right? So the loop will go back again. We have I, now I will be equal to 2. Why? Because after this loop body executes, then we increase I by 1. That is when we have the 2. Okay, so now while k, which is, okay, k is 2, okay, while k, which is 1 again, k is still 1. Why is k 1? Because anytime the loop reaches this end and it goes back, if it enters in the loop body, k is always reset, right? We are always resetting k. So no matter what value k is in the loop body, anytime that loop body finishes executing, then k will be reset back to 1, right? We'll have k equals 1. This one here serves as our reset. So on line 5 you are seeing. Okay, so let's continue with this solution. Okay, so what I will do now is, when we have our loop initiator up there, the other thing I would like to do is, hence we need to kind of like print a string form of these numbers in a sequence similar to this one here. What I will do, look at line 3, look at these ones. Hence we need to build a string that looks like this. What I will do is, this string is going to be built inside the nested loop, the second loop we have down there. So how are we actually going to do that? I'm going to start with, I'm going to say let's say string. I'm going to say string, okay, build underscore string is equal to an empty string. And also, after we build our string, see, after the equal to sign, we have the actual right answer. So what do I mean by this, the right answer? So see, when we have 1 plus 1, the sum of 1 and 2 is supposed to be 3. Here this one is supposed to, this one is supposed to be 3. The sum of 1 and 2 is 3. The sum of 1 and 2 and 3 is actually 6, and the sum of 1 2 3 4 is 10, right? So why is that part important? Why do I take you back there? Because after this build string, we will need to keep track of the sum of the numbers that we are summing up. That is why I need to come and create a new variable called sum. I'm going to say sum underscore of underscore the underscore sequence. is equal to 0. So the sum of the sequence at the initial stage is going to be 0. So here, what I want to do next is, I'm just going to say while k, okay, we have our while loop at line 19, while k is less than or equal to I, I'm going to say build string underscore string is equal to, then I'll have k, I'm going to say plus k. So we are building the string here, then I'll say k like this. Build string equals to plus k, and also build string is equal to, then we have the f string formatter, and then we have the plus, which is a string, and then the k, which is whatever value that is currently going on in the iteration. Right? So I would like to put this variable here, sum underscore of underscore the underscore sequence is equal to, then I will say is plus, I'm going to say plus equal to k like this. Okay, so this is going to keep the sum of the sequence in the memory as the loop is going on, or as the loop is executed. Right? So from there, let's see, from here I would like to have this, I'm going to say print, then I'll say build, I'm going to say print build underscore string. Okay, print build string. Let's see what this gives us. I'm curious on, well, I can't wait to test this out. Clear, test it. When I hit 10, then we have plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7. This is good. Actually, now we are getting somewhere. This is a very good progress, right? Okay, so now let's see. I don't just want to say plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. Okay, so here in this case, what we need is going to be something like this. We are just going to say build string. You know why we having plus 1, plus 2, plus 3? Because on every iteration, the next sequence always overrides the previous one. So we don't want that. We want to keep all the previous sequences in memory. So in that case, we have to quickly or just simply adjust this part here. When I say build string plus equals to f, then I have plus k. What this actually means is anytime the loop is going on, it will not forget the previous sequences of numbers, so it will just keep adding on to them. So what do I mean by that? Let's quickly test it. I believe you understand better if you see the sample here. So just by changing that small part of the code, let's try again. I believe you are going to see a very big difference. Okay, when I hit enter to execute my code, it asks me to enter an integer. When I give it 10 as my input, now let's see what is going on from this here, from this to this. Okay, this is very good, but if you notice, we still have some things left. How about our sum? What is 1? Okay, we only have 1 here. 1 is basically based on our criteria up here. When we have 1, then 1 should be equal to 1. Okay, but when we have 1 plus 2, it should give us the actual sum of 1 and 2. Right, so let us quickly fix that, and then we try to go gradually until we complete the solution. So now to fix that, and remember, we are keeping the sum in the memory inside the loop here. So what I need to do is, I'm just going to do this. Okay, hold on. I just need to format this print here. I'll put an F here, then I'll format this nicely here. I'll wrap it inside a curly bracket. Wrap this inside a curly bracket, then I'll say equal to, then we have sum of, don't worry, I'll put it in a bracket soon, sum of the underscore sequence, right? Finally wrap it inside a bracket. So from here, I believe this is also going to solve one issue. And what issue is this going to solve? So here in our output, remember, we are only having 1, and then we having 1 and 2. But what we want what we want, or what we need here is, we need to have 1 plus 2 equals to 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. So we want to get the sum of all of these numbers added together. Okay, so I'm going to format this a little bit nicer. So before the plus, I can put some space here. This is good. Let's save the file and then come test it again. Hopefully we have the sum of all of these numbers now showing up. So when I hit enter, it's going to ask me to enter my input. Then I'll just say 10, and then when I hit enter, see the magic happening now. We have plus 1, don't worry about it, we're going to fix it very soon, equals 1. We have 1 plus 2 equals to 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6, 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 4, and so on and so forth. Right? The interesting thing about this is, if it asks me to enter an integer, when I hit 100, what it will do is, it will start from 1 equals 1, then it will go 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 1 plus 2, and so on and so forth, up to 100. So if your input now n, which is n, goes to 100, then the sequence will continue up to 100. Okay, so I think that will be cool if you just see that in action. Let us quickly test it, and then from there we have a small issue here that we can quickly solve and then call it a day. So here I would like to, okay, I'm just going to say python main.py. okay, I need to say python main.py. So when I hit enter, now it is asking us for our n. How many times do we want to repeat this sequence? Okay, so the example you see up there was just 10. How about if I hit enter 100 and hit enter? See, everything is wow, I really like this. Yeah, Python is very nice and cool. So what it's doing is, look at this example up here. Everything is formatted nicely, and look at this example up there. So here, this was just a sequence from 1 to 10. 1 to 10 was looking like this, but if our n is 100, see, it will try to sum all of them up and then also provide us with the right answer. So this is really cool. I'm going to clear the terminal. I believe you should stay with 10 now to keep things clean and more understandable. That was crazy and nice as well. So how do we get rid of the plus here? How do we get rid of the plus? Let me know if this was you. How would you get rid of the plus? So what plus do I mean here? Okay, so watch what happens when I say python and then I hit 10 like this. It's going to create a sequence of numbers from 1 to 10, and but also summing all of them up and then providing us with the right answer. So see, there's a plus here before each number, or before the number 1 on each sequence. There's a plus there. How do we get rid of this plus? Okay, so quickly I need to come and do something like this. Alright, so the problem or the issue here is okay, so the issue is how we are building the string. How we are building the string is where the problem comes from. So now, how do we fix this? I would like to add in some conditionals. I'm going to say if the number is 1. You see, the only issue we are having here is the plus is being added before the number 1. So how do we get rid of the plus? In front of the number 1? We need to check inside the loop body, that is our original loop, that nested loop there. This is what I mean. We need to check if the current iterations, or if the current value of k is 1, then we need to get rid of this plus here on how we build in the string. And I look at line 22, that is where the problem is coming from, because we are having a plus before the value of the current number or the current item inside the nested loop here, or that is the loop body inside there. So we need to adjust this. We don't always need the plus. We don't need the plus if the first number is 1. Okay, so now we need to write a conditional for that. I'm going to say if k is equal to 1, then I'm going to build the string differently. I'm going to say build underscore string is equal to, then I'll have, then I'll do this, build string equals to just key without the plus. Okay, then I'll have else. So I'm going to try bring this one up. Alright, then I'll bring it down. Oh, okay. Helix is crazy. Alright, then I'll just paste it here. Then I'll just paste this here, and then I'll quickly indent it. This is cool. So see what we've done. We are building the string differently based on the value of k. If the value of k is 1, that is if we have the number 1 there, then we don't need to attach the plus there. But if the number is not 1, as long as the number is not 1, then the string will build up properly or nicely. Right? So I believe this is going to solve the challenge. Let us test it one more time. I'm going to save this. Come here. I'll clear the terminal just one more time, enter an integer line, hit 10 and hit enter. See, everything works like magic. You have 1 equals 2, now we don't have that annoying plus anymore, so this is really good. What I will do is, I'm going to leave this here, and then possibly I'm going to share it on GitHub, so you guys can get it, and then let me know if this was you, how would you solve this challenge. And I'll also attach the question there, and feel free to try it out by yourself. This is my own solution, and I'm going to stop here. Thank you so much for watching this. See you. Bye.